Steve and Jill here.
Hi.
Welcome to the House Academy show today. Entertaining real estate investment talk. I'm Steve and Jack Butella.
I'm Jill DeWitt, broadcasting from the Valley of the Sun.
Today, Jill and I talk about renovation nightmares.
Is this not a show? This should be a show.
I think it might be.
If not,
you mean just like a title on HGTV?
It should be. That would be cool. Speaking of which, I have one of my notes here is the first thing I was going to share is when we have done renovations, it does give you nightmares. That's a real thing.
I'm going to really
documented.
When we get into the topic here, I'm going to give you a mathematical example of all the things you can do with an asset that really make you money, a real estate asset, and all the things that are setting yourself up to fail. It's basically a roulette situation when you renovate a house.
Understood.
Before we get into it, let's take a question posted by one of our members on the landinvestors.com online community. It's free. Understood. And don't forget to subscribe on the Land Academy YouTube channel and comment on the shows you like. Where does that come from? It's like, do you feel like you're in the military when we do this show?
Sometimes.
Where do you rank?
Yes,
do you rank higher or lower than me?
Oh, I'm way lower. Pretty far down there.
Oh, that's strangely attractive. I don't know why. Something's wrong with me.
Yes, sir. All right. Luke wrote, responding to tire kickers on Facebook is exhausting. I've developed a system that works well for selling houses with owner financing on Facebook. It could be used for land as well. So it goes like this. Ad goes up on the marketplace, regardless of who responds via Messenger or what questions they ask. I respond with a couple paragraphs about the price, address, and what the house needs, if work is needed, and then instruct them to drive to the house and call the number on the sign in the yard. When they call me at that number, I know they follow the instructions and are sitting in front of the house. Then I get them inside. Most won't even do this step, and they aren't serious buyers anyway, so it doesn't matter if I piss them off. That's good.
This is brilliant.
I saw this.
Here's why. There's an old rule in sales. Not that I should really be talking about sales at all, because that's just Jill's thing. But if you want to vet people, ask them to do something. It's a kind of a legal thing too. When you have it's customer service more than anything. With customer service, if someone just calls livid about whatever you're selling or why they're your customer and why they're upset, your response can be, I really understand that you're upset. Please do this, this, and this, and we will rectify the problem for you. And virtually nobody does any of that stuff.
I do.
As a customer?
Yeah. I'll do both.
Well,
yeah.
That's because if you get mad, there's a real reason.
That's true.
So I think this is brilliant. Go to the house, sit in front of there, call me on the number, and I'll get you inside, and we'll talk about. And so that avoids probably 90% of the garbage. Mm-hmm. So I think this is brilliant, and I obviously because I put it on the show.
It's awesome. Today's
topic: renovation nightmares. This is the meat of the show. Every time I drive by a piece of land, like an infill lot, where it's all built up around it, and I just drive by and I see it sitting there, waiting. That's what I personify it for some reason. It's like just waiting to be improved. And I get a little smile on my face. I get a kick out of it because that's what land is. You buy it, you improve it, or somebody's going to improve it and make it what it's supposed to be. That's called the highest and best use of a concept in real estate. And so every time I see a house that's fallen down, I look down and it's sad. And renovating it from a money standpoint almost never makes any sense. It almost always makes sense to start over, depending on the asset. So you have a choice. If you have $100,000 buying and selling land, you're going to turn that into $200,000 very, very quickly. Like many, many, many of our Land Academy members, $100,000 doesn't get you this day and age enough money to renovate a kitchen and the bathrooms in a house. And if you're renovating kitchens and bathrooms, there's other stuff going on that's structurally wrong. So from a risk standpoint, you have no idea what you're getting into when you get into these houses. And it's almost always twice as much as that you think, money-wise, and twice the amount of time. So I don't know why people continually do this. The only thing that people who do this are not money people like we are. They're not data people.
Well,
they're interior decorators and real estate agents.
And maybe it's a hobby. half hobby. So here's the thing. If you, like I said, I wrote down a couple notes here. Is this a way to make money fast? No, it's not. Because most of the time, and these guys will tell you horror stories, we're not making this up. Get on Clubhouse, listen to somebody else's chat about this and what really goes on. And we've done these. We have. And so we've done some really well and really fast. But when we really, again, you probably heard me say this before, when I took a step back and we did the math and the time and the energy, I'm like, I could have made way more money. I would have had all this crap in my hair every day from being on the job site. And I would have just been sitting at my desk. It would have been so much easier. Or I could have done it from the back of the boat. I could have done it from the RV. You think you could get up and travel in the middle of a renovation? Heck no. Because if you don't show, they don't show. You got to really watch these projects. So the downside and the risk of home renovations, as dreamy and cool as it looks, it's a lot. And I would love someone to really do some numbers. Like you did a thing last week on our Thursday member call. You pulled up this really great, funny to us article about real estate agents and how much they really do make, how many there are, what the median income, and how many deals they are getting. Because right now the real estate agent community is huge. Everybody's jumped in. And so I'm sure they're scrambling for deals. So the average number of deals that each person gets to do, it's not a lot. So the money's not a lot, but it looks glamorous, but you got to get in there. I wish someone would do a thing like that on renovations. Like the average, boy, if we could all see the average number of renovations and who's made money and who's lost money. That's the big thing. It's you will look at it differently. So, and then the only positive thing, if you don't mind, I'm going to finish this and hand it to you, is the positive of this is if it's for your personal use, I totally get that.
I totally get that too.
That makes sense to me.
Me too, because that's emotion.
Right. Or you find a home that this is it. I love it. It's got 9 out of 10 things. I love it. It's the bones are great. It's the location rocks. This is awesome. It's good for the school district for my kids. I got access to all the things that I want. The people are amazing. It's got all those things, but you're like, doggone it, it's an older house that needs some work. All right. But you're starting with a good foundation, right? That I can sign off on. Totally get that. And you're not in there you may be in there to make money at some point, but you're not in there to make money overnight. That's not your goal.
So back to that piece of property, while you're driving around, it's just vacant and everything else is built up around it. This is an academic exercise, but I'll make it reality here in a minute. So imagine that you haven't spent $1 yet, but you're just, you get out of the car, you take a picture of it and you're standing there looking at it, not spent $1. What if you did all the research on connecting utilities for a structure, drove to another part of town where they sell mobile homes, ordered one, got it 3 weeks later, and had it installed and on the piece of land, bought the land, installed it, and now you're into the whole thing for $150,000 to $200,000, and it's worth $400,000. And the whole thing took less than 6 months. Why wouldn't you do that? And you have a brand new structure. And if you haven't seen mobile homes lately, you can't tell the difference between a mobile home and a stick-built house. And the whole thing just comes all done. Comes with the appliances. So why would you go through all of that personalization? So granted, very, very many, the truth is municipalities don't allow mobile homes just to be put anywhere. So you have even more control if you take 4 steps back before you do that. Do a bunch of research on what municipalities or what counties allow you to put mobile homes, actually even might encourage you to put mobile homes on lots that are pre-zoned for that. And then you can do the research on the fact that, I know I can sell it for $380,000 because all these other ones are selling for $300,000. You have so much control with new construction. And specifically with modular and mobile homes. So there's, is that sexy enough? I don't know. Probably not. There's nothing sexy about a mobile home if you ask this crew that Joe was talking to on Clubhouse.
Yeah.
So it just makes so much sense to me to really look at the data first and put a linear plan together to put a mobile home on some property and make some money.
You know what? I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, that's it.
What if there's like a personal thing that there's a little sense of pride, like I rebuilt this fill in the blank. I don't need to do that. I don't have any sense of I've got to get my hands dirty. I've got to do this. I've got to do that. I'd rather be kicking back with my feet up, with my laptop on my lap, looking at my bank balance.
Yeah, me too. So, the way you make money with houses, stick-built houses, is the way these publicly traded companies have figured this out. You buy on the outskirts of town, you buy tons of acreage. Usually it's a farm. And that farm is done forever because they sold, the dirt. Again, yesterday's show was everybody I know in dirt makes a ton of money, is killing it. And so they go in and put 500 homes in there with the infrastructure and the whole thing. And that's how you make money. Right. But you don't make money renovating a house. You really, really don't. The people that have these shows on HGTV make no money doing this. In fact, they lose money. They only just make money on the show. Yeah.
It's pretty. They make it look pretty, but I think it's like the Brady Bunch. It wasn't a real family, everybody. I hate to tell you this.
Back to 80s TV.
I know, you're right. Well, I don't know of a new current family. Who's a new current family on TV that everybody's like, oh, I want to be them.
There has to be some sense of there's something
Breaking
that
Bad?
we don't.
This isn't the dream family of Breaking Bad, everyone.
That didn't end well.
Okay, I don't know what to say.
I don't know why we're analogizing families and renovations.
Okay.
Why are we?
I don't know. I don't know. I guess it's a sign that we should end this.
I think, like a lot of things in life right now, or a lot of things on TV right now, I don't think people are thinking this through. I don't think people have a budget at all. Most people that renovate houses. I think that I've heard people say this.
It's true.
Oh no, we're going to reset the market on this block. This house is going to be this is what chefs think. If I make the greatest food in the world, they're going to find me. They're going to smell it 50 miles down the road. They're going to find me and they're going to put me on the cover of a magazine. Regardless, I don't know how much this costs. It doesn't matter. That's exactly what's going on. They're going to walk into this house, they're going to fall in love with it, and they're not going to ask how much it is.
That's hilarious.
That's what happens.
I know. If you need access to any sort of ownership or property details, including owner phone numbers and FEMA flood map overlays, please check out parcelfact.com or neighborscoop.com. Created by investors, that's us, for investors like you. Happy you can join us today. 5 days a week, you can find us here on some version of the Land Academy show.
Tomorrow is Jack Thursday, as if every show is not.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk about welcome to your comeback. You are not alone in your real estate ambition.
That is a good line. I like that.
It's not original.
I know. It's good though. It's awesome. Hey, thanks for tuning in. We would love to connect with you, by the way, on Thursdays, like today, on Clubhouse. So you can find us on the first and third Thursdays of the month at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. So that's 10 a.m. Pacific Time. Join us there. We're Steve and Jill.
Information
and inspiration
to buy undervalued property.
We hope you find our content valuable and we appreciate your support. If you have not already, please check out our channel and hit the subscribe button.
And your comments and suggestions help us to create the content you're here for. Hitting the like button helps to support our channel's algorithm and gauge your interest for future shows.